Hey y'all, welcome back. It's your girl Julissa.
And this is KrisNoTucker.
And you're tuned into NXNow on ATL's Next 100. How y'all doing, y'all?
Welcome back. We're going to get into the first segment of the day, which is Round the Way. The first set of news we have up on the docket is Pharrell Williams launches his own skincare line, Human Race. He partnered up with dermatologists to create the line, and the packaging is made mostly out of recycled plastic, and the products will have refills that you could purchase if it runs out. It's pretty affordable with the routine pack, which includes the cleanser, exfoliator, and cream at $100. All of that is set at $100. As a whole, with everything, it's $100.
Yeah, like if you get it as a pack, it's $100.
That's a fucking scam. That's a scam. I apologize.
But if the cleanser by itself is like $32.
That's a scam.
Do I put the police siren?
But Fenty Beauty, but with Fenty Beauty, isn't like Fenty Beauty like
Fenty Beauty is known to work. No one knows of this.
Okay, that's true.
No one knows of this skincare line, and you're not even making it remotely affordable for people. If the whole package is $100, we're in a pandemic, people. Are y'all retarded? Next, we have Dallas rapper MO3 was murdered on Dallas Expressway.
He was sad. I heard of the details.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad the way he went out. I know somebody purposely targeted him.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of messed up. But praying for his family.
Was he an up-and-coming rapper, MO3?
Yeah, he was. Like, I know the last song he did it with Boosie. But he was starting to pop out. A lot of people actually listen to his music. I had never heard of him.
I know the rap culture in Dallas, is pretty tight-knit.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like overall in Texas, they have a different approach when it comes to rap. So this news overall is just really sad.
It is.
Next up, we have Usher shared a picture of his baby, Sovereign, on Instagram saying, "Life happens when you are making other plans. Is the present a gift or is the present the day? Live every moment." Then after, he further thanks his partner, music executive Jen.
Well, congratulations.
I didn't even know you were in a partnership. The last I heard, you were giving girls, what was it?
I don't know.
Syphilis? Herpes? One of the girls.
Chris.
But congrats to you, Usher. And
I
that's
didn't even know he was in a relationship.
Baby name. Right.
I didn't even know she was pregnant.
Because he was out giving girls the clap. But I do adore your baby's name. Sovereign is very creative and very thoughtful.
And she's cute. She really is cute. She looks
kudos to the baby. No kudos to Usher. Moving on. UPS changes company policy, now allowing employees to wear natural hairstyles like afros and braids, permitting facial hair, and changing uniform policies that are gender specific in an effort for all employees to be and feel included. They're also incorporating unconscious bias training.
That's good.
It really is. I feel like it's long overdue. And I feel like most of the companies are making this change because they're finally starting to see that other people with different skin tones matter in this country.
Exactly. And like also, I didn't know that UPS they had policies about facial hair.
They
beards.
all do. It doesn't shock me. They want you to look like a white American, essentially. So
White Americans have beards. I don't know the ones that work at UPS.
But they don't have. They have the skin. That's the thing. But hopefully other racist companies take, a step in the right direction, like UPS just did, and see that our hairstyles are not intimidating, like you guys have been thinking since the start of America. On to the next thing. Ticketmaster to officially require people to show 24-hour proof of a negative COVID-19 test prior to attending a concert.
Well, at least that kind of gave me relief, because at least I know that concerts will be coming back soon, because they said that concerts wouldn't be coming back till like fall or spring of 2021 or something like that.
I still think this is too soon with an unpredictable virus and a pandemic that's making this country crazier by the day. I really don't think we should introduce concerts probably until the next 5 years.
Ooh, 5 years?
And yep, definitely. Because the U.S. hasn't even paid attention to this pandemic as a whole.
Okay, that's true.
So,
what about you?
Meanwhile, other countries are wholly enjoying concerts and things of that nature because they paid attention to it and approached it correctly.
They are?
They are.
That's so sad.
But England has decided to shut down again because of the rampant coronavirus.
Oh, okay, so their numbers went up.
And yet the U.S. is still open, still sending people to work. I just want people to really take a look at what this country is in this present moment. Like, just really look at the reality of things. Really look at people not having money to pay their bills, not having money to even feed themselves. More and more people are probably becoming homeless each day because of this. And it's just an ongoing thing in this country that is deciding to be looked over because it's becoming a trend. It's becoming something that people hashtag. So, as we hashtag, the more people die. On to the next. Texas has become the first state to surpass 1 million coronavirus cases. That really does not shock me in the least bit slightest. Dallas County judge says a total of 1,401 new COVID-19 cases is the largest we have ever seen, other than days when large backlogs were reported. He further states that the COVID-19 outbreak is spiking dangerously and that they are 7 to 10 days away from reaching our highest COVID. But yet, the country has still not decided to shut down. Even Texas has still not decided to shut down, even though they have the highest cases.
Well, we know that Texas is a mainly conservative state, and so a lot of people don't believe in the use of wearing masks and keeping other people safe. And so I think that greatly attributed. So just because
they're conservative, they get a pass on reality. I guess so in this country.
No.
That doesn't surprise me either. On to the next topic. We have YouTube has recovered from a seemingly worldwide outage that prevented videos from loading for roughly an hour. During the outage, and YouTube confirmed at 7:23 p.m. Eastern Time that something was going on, the issue appeared to affect other services that use the YouTube infrastructure too, including YouTube TV, and the movies and the TV shows you'd purchase through Google TV, formerly known as Google Play Movies and TV.
I didn't know that you. I
didn't even know.
I wasn't even on YouTube yesterday, so I wouldn't have even realized.
But I didn't even know they were capable of crashing. Like, I feel like YouTube has always had a good backbone.
Okay, that's true. But hasn't Google ever crashed before? Google hasn't crashed before, right?
I can't remember. I feel like it would be a monumental thing if they did.
Oh yeah, the whole world was.
Yeah, it's just like, girl, Google's down. How do we learn anything?
We go to school on that thing.
Yes.
Like, oh my God.
That would be
Hopefully
tragic.
It's back up. Hopefully it's back up. I'm gonna check.
Yeah, they said they've been working on it to get YouTube back up and running at its regular, pace.
Yeah.
But for YouTube to really go down, I mean, it's really resonating with 2020. But in other news, Twitch, the gaming streaming platform, published a blog post today with the relatively titled music-related copyright claims in Twitch. What was in it? However, it was anything but the post explained exactly why streamers received that strange email notifying them that the Twitch had deleted some of their clips and VODs, and it gave creators an update on what tools they can expect to see from the company in the future. The bottom line is, Twitch was unprepared for a sudden onslaught of copyright takedown notices from the music industry that started back in May. Until May of this year, streamers received fewer than 50 music-related notifications each year on Twitch.
So everybody's just using copyrighted music, basically.
Yeah, and the girls are just snatching it down as we go.
Wow.
Which
so
is
basically they taking their content off because everybody's using copyrighted music.
Right, and it's just like Twitch didn't do any type of like business on the back end.
Yeah, to make sure. That, so now a whole bunch of people are seeing.
Which
the
is odd with streaming services, though. Well, yeah, because they usually.
Yeah, they usually like back check. And, like, they have something in place.
I'm gonna put my own kind of input in on this because I actually do know a little bit about this. So basically, what it is the copyright industry. Basically, a lot of it, people will play games. They'll play music in the background while they're playing, right? Mm-hmm. And a while back, you mentioned in May. They started this thing where they kind of like notified everybody, hey, if you have copyright music, we're going to actually dock you for it.
Right.
And to preemptively help you so you don't have to deal with a whole bunch of copyright legal crap.
Right.
We're just going to delete the VOD. We're just going to delete, all evidence that you had it, just so you don't have to worry about it. And everybody was like, okay, that's a little bit weird. I don't really know what to do about that, but okay, cool. And then, and then they immediately went back to playing copyright music in the background while they were playing games.
Right.
And then just about 2 weeks ago, they, Twitch released the thing saying, hey guys, we're not kidding. We're going to actually start docking you if you keep playing music on your things as copyrighted. And then everybody's like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my Twitch partnership. I'm going to lose my my income and all this. It's like, oh no. And then for about a week, everybody was playing like copyright free music and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then immediately went back to playing copyright music. And
so they just docked
So Twitch just deletes videos that you have or cuts your audio entirely like Facebook if you have copyright music on there just to help you out. And really, it's a good thing from Twitch to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't remember what the Universal Media, UMC, I think it is what the media, but basically it's just one company that just controls all music copyrights and will just go aggressively at anyone who plays copyrighted music for no reason.
Mm-hmm. See, but that's the thing though. How come with Twitch it's been like so unregulated for a while?
Well, I mean, because it's live. You don't have, unless you have people literally there watching your every single stream, then they can't really do anything.
And it's harder to control what the streamers are actually listening to in their actual like real time, live homes. Yeah,
because then you and kind of they're deleting the videos that have already been live and are just videos replays of that. They're deleting
pre-recorded shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Since they can't control it live, once it's off, they can just take it off. That makes sense.
Well, guys, we have one story left in the segment, and we're gonna come back from break and give you guys that story.
Yes.
And you're listening to us on ATL's Next 100. This is NXNow, and I'm KrisNoTucker.
And it's your girl Julissa, and we'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jada.
It's your boy KrisNoTucker.
And it's your girl Julissa.
Here to tell you about our brand new show,
NXNow.
And we'll be bringing you the afternoon tea,
letting you know what's happening around the way,
and giving you the latest hits.
So join us weekdays 12 to 2 p.m. on ATL's Next 100. Our community,
our station.
Hi guys, and we're back. As always, you're listening to us on ATL's Next 100. Yes. It is our show NXNow, and I'm KrisNoTucker.
And I'm your girl Julissa. So
and we're still on Around the Way.
Yes.
So the next story we have up is flying taxi startup Lilium will build a hub for its electric aircraft in Florida. One of Germany's premier flying taxi startups just gained a foothold in the U.S. Lilium, the 5-year-old venture-backed startup from Munich, announced that it will build a 56,000 square foot transportation hub for its aerial taxi service in Orlando, Florida. The company aims to have passengers taking regional trips in its electric 5-seater aircraft starting in 2025. Lilium says it will construct a $25 million vertiport in Lake Nona, a planned community of about 65,000 people within the Orlando city limits. It will work with the primary real estate developer in the area, Bahamas-based Tavistock Development Company, on the development and construction of the vertiport.
What is this thing? What does it look like? I want to know what it looks like.
So you know how the drones look?
Yeah.
It's just a massive construction of a drone, but it has like black. I want to say like.
If you're watching the show on YouTube or Facebook, you'll be able to see what it looks like. I just put it up for the visual for what it looks like. It's here. I'll show it to you real quick.
Like it looks like a bigger drone. Like it looks like a huge drone.
How much I just wonder, would it be like if I went on an airport, how much that would cost, or would it be cheaper than that?
I feel like it should be cheaper because it's it's an air taxi. So I'm guessing the rate, it looks sort of futuristically like a drone, but bigger.
That's gonna cost money.
Right. But it's just like you're labeling it air taxi, so I'm guessing it's because it's supposed to get there in a shorter amount of time opposed to flying in an airplane.
But also at the same time, since they said it's going to be regional, so I guess it's going to be like around Florida, or is it going to be around Orlando? I don't know. But like also like I don't know. I feel like it's going to cost. Oh my God.
Well, they're coming.
The secret is it's not for you. It's not for you. Don't worry. It's for people who have private jets that don't want to deal with the private jet stuff.
Right.
It's like it's one of a kind in the U.S. Like,
yeah.
It just got here. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a premium.
And it's not coming into 2025 too.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a premium taxi service probably.
Yeah.
To be honest, but.
Again, unless you earn $1 million a year, it's not for you. Don't worry about it.
But I feel like it's very futuristic. Like it's fully electric, so it's like I think it's a very step forward in this like.
I just want to know how long have they been testing this? Are they already using it in Munich?
Yeah, Munich's already developed. It's already flying around because they have a lot of rich people in Munich.
Okay.
Yeah, it literally is just a private jet, but now you're just it's like calling a taxi, but at an airport.
Well, I think it's going to bring more jobs to Florida in that area as well.
I agree.
And
I'm pretty sure more engineering jobs, if you want me to be honest with you.
Right. And I'm just really excited to see how it's actually going to look
when it gets
real
there.
Time. Yeah.
And what the airport will look like. I'm interested. Okay.
I am too. I love futuristic tech. It makes me think it makes me feel like, have you seen Eureka on Sci-Fi?
Eureka?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's like this show where this guy comes to this town and he becomes the sheriff of the town, but the town's full of like futuristic scientists who make all of this like crazy.
That sounds like Wayward Pines.
Yeah, it's sort of like Wayward Pines,
but like not messed up and dark.
Yep. But
okay.
I'd go up for futuristic tech. But our last story in this segment is Pope Francis urges followers to pray that AI, artificial intelligence, and robots always serve mankind. Pope Francis has asked believers around the world to pray that robots and artificial intelligence always serve mankind. The message is one of Pope's monthly prayer intentions, regular missives shared on YouTube that are intended to help Catholics deepen their daily prayer by focusing on particular topics or events. In August, the Pope urged prayer for the maritime world. In April, the topic was freedom for addiction. Now in November, it's AI and robots. So do you think Pope Francis is on the right, path with urging and
at least he's helping people out. AI. Yeah, at least he's helping people figure out what to pray about.
But it's just like, how did we jump to iRobot so soon?
I would think we would be praying for like human morality. And,
they are. He's just adding that onto the docket,
Yeah.
onto like the little list of things you gotta pray for right now.
Humans.
He's getting ahead of the game, though. Yeah.
But humans create AI and robots, and.
Yeah, but you got to realize that the people who are creating these iRobots are nerds in Silicon Valley who haven't spent a day in ethics class. So they're just completely fine with making the most messed up thing, just as long as they make money.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think we were at that point, though, where
we've been at that point for like 10 years now, my friend. You seen those videos from like Asia where the little robot kid?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we've been there.
Oh Pray for the AI and the robots,
Please,
y'all.
Guys, Pope Francis
God
wants
save the
us to pray for
children.
them, okay?
God save the children.
I'd be more concerned about the economic effects of these robots than so much as them taking over, because robots are stupid. You got to realize they're not actually very smart.
I mean, they're as smart as the people that create them.
No, they will.
I just don't
they
want
will
it
think
to
as
take
zeros.
over the world.
Have you
They
seen?
ain't gonna take over the world.
Have you seen the
they
videos
are.
of,
We create their brains.
Have you seen
How
the
they gonna know
videos
more than us?
Julissa,
What videos?
like where you'll point a camera at an object and the thing will have to identify the object,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
It's never right. It'll show a watermelon cat, and it's no, that is robots, by the way. Robots, you say they're only as smart as you think they are. They're not going to be able to recognize what a
Can't
human
all
is.
robots be like Big Hero 6, where you have you seen Big Hero 6?
No, I haven't, but I know what you're talking about.
The
Is that-
Baymax.
Oh my God.
They'll be about as dopey as Big Baymax, yeah.
I would love that, honestly, because Baymax is amazing.
Oh my, you know what? Okay, y'all. We just ended our Round the Way segment, y'all. Now it's time for us to get into these hits. And if you don't know, it stands for Here in the Streets, where we talk about all things music, no matter the genre, y'all. So
Keep you bopping.
let's get started, y'all. So our first one goes to Kodak Black. He just released his new album, Bill Israel, while in prison, and it's fire. My favorite song on the album is Remember the Times. So
Like Michael Jackson, Remember the Times.
nah, it don't sound nothing like it. You know, when you listen to the song, I mean, when you see the name, at first you think, oh, you gonna sample something? No, it's none of that. It just wasn't none of that. So be sure to check out this album, y'all. All right. Now our second one goes to, is it Nav?
Or Nave.
Nave. I've always mispronounced people's
We
names.
butchering names on this
Oh
show,
yes,
guys.
I
I'm
do.
so sorry.
Like Lil Yachty, I always mispronounce his name to Lil Yachi, and I know it's not that. So I'm gonna say Nav. So Nav came out with his new song "Don't Need Friends" featuring Lil Baby, and it's a good song.
Lil Baby's
I'm
popping
happy.
up
I'm
everywhere.
honestly happy that Lil Baby said that he's not doing any more features because he can just focus on giving us awesome music. It's been a while. He's been doing a lot of features.
I'm about to say, I feel like he's been like the male Nicki Minaj. Like he's always on somebody's feature.
Okay, lately he has been.
Yeah.
But if we weren't in COVID-19, I doubt he would have done as many features as he did, because last year he barely did any features.
I would love to see a project where he does like a Kendrick Lamar type thing where there's no features, just him.
I was about to say the majority of his album, he didn't have that many features actually. And he sounds good by himself.
He does. He does.
I know it makes sense for occasional features in your album, but for the most part, he's pretty good. All right, y'all, let's get to the next one. So is it Kaya? I'm going to say your name is Kaya.
I think it's
Kaya, Natty Natasha, and Prince Royce came out with their latest music video, Ayer Me Llamo, featuring Lenny Santos. And so y'all go check that out. It's a little Spanish vibe.
I like Natty.
You like her?
I like Natty. I stumbled upon her on Twitter and I was like, ooh, I like your name.
They're
I like your
good.
voice.
I like her and Garo G. Garo G can be a little problematic sometimes when she starts talking about issues, but she's good overall. She really, really is. All right, y'all. So let's go to the next one. All right. So NBA YoungBoy came out with
a lot of new music.
He did. He came out with a lot of new music. Now he did say on his Instagram, or was it his Twitter? He said on his Instagram that he was going to be coming out with more music for his fans, and so I guess this is the delivery of it. So it was only 3 songs. So it was Around, Chopper City, and Toxic. Now you're going to be able to listen to Toxic here.
But a lot of people were saying Around was sounding similar to I want to say Kodak Black's single that just dropped.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder which single that is, because I want to be able to look at that, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
All right, and our last hit goes to Edoli Chapa. He just released his new song, Done, and you'll be able to listen to that here as well. This will be my first time listening to this song, y'all. Like, honestly,
Done?
I just like it's literally called Done. Like but I literally just started listening to NXNow like on this show. So, and it's really good music. I've been
I just feel like he should open up like a self-help workshop.
I feel like he'll be
Or a
doing that, or like some
live
plant
stream,
thing or something like that.
Because I just want all heterosexual men, especially black men, to get out of your boxes. Burn your box. Burn your box.
And he's
get
been
out
doing
of the
that.
Box.
He's very he's very much his own person. Isn't he still 17 or is he 18 now?
I think he's 18 now.
Yeah, like he's been.
But it's very refreshing to see, though, especially in rap culture.
But he's a teenager, so it makes sense. It makes sense. We're teenagers. Like, we're more open to just being ourselves and not caring.
Opposed to Davies harassing Lil Nas X over dressing like Nicki Minaj for Halloween.
All right, y'all. And that is all of our hits. Be sure to stay tuned to listen to NBA YoungBoy's song Toxic and NXNow's new song Done here on ATL's Next 100. It's your girl, Julissa.
And it's KrisNoTucker.
All right, y'all. Let's listen to this tip.
What kind of the? What is it? I got M's, I do what I time a week. Ain't nothing I can't afford, and the hell can't press record. I can't take no check, no, I'm gon' ride with the steed. Better nigga, I'm gon' show all my feelings overboard. I'm gon' pop my shit, and I got rich and now they on. Triple tank, some nigga with that bag and who they want. Fell back from that shit, they give them please, and now they on me. They could play my song as if they end up all alone. I'm on another level, get another Taylor coming out like a mouth figure. I ain't signing that deal, I go to another better if I find a amount bigger. He took that green flag in that red, representing a grave digger. I'm leaving demons all in her head, trying to make sure she think different. This my monkey suit. I hit licks inside that fit and since I saw that coupe. I'm too rich to take the risks, but still gon' step on you. Took my cash, man, chain, come out the window, shoot. Steady blowing that strap, straight at your body. I need 100 mil, I done shed 100 tears. He say cool and I say 5. They know niggas die for real. 25 shells up in all my rides. Bury him, he stay concealed. Fuck that try, get face in the big gun, I'm slanging and all on the till. I got M's, I do what I time a week. Ain't nothing I can't afford, and the hell can't press record. I can't take no check, no, I'm gon' ride with this steed. Better nigga, I'm gon' show all my feelings overboard. I'm gon' pop my shit, and I got rich and now they on. Triple tank, some nigga with that bag and who they want. Fell back from that shit, they give them please, and now they on me. They could play my song as if they end up all alone, yeah. Start it off, working up, caught in that red, you cover the whole scene. Step on the countries that with my head, accepted like protein. Nigga, rock about try, I put him in the bag and put him in a long sleeve. Stylist, bought way too much off-white. I want Alexander McQueen. Take one off and ain't take one bean. Buy like a mouth, I don't taste no lean. I just want them for to get some credit. She want me for to get a ring. Yeah, tightly red on the scene. Covered in gunpowder, still too clean. 5% with a strong ass fit in an all-white car, you know that's me. Probably already no big D. Oh, lame, ain't better than me. Now I'm on 7, but then I get 3. Still won't stop, I'm count my feet. Tell me what they here for. I'm standing like who better than me. Let the Raven speak. Christian Louis feet. Murder in me, bleak. Be the cease. I got M's, I do what I time a week. Ain't nothing I can't afford, and the hell can't press record. I can't take no check, no, I'm gon' ride with this steed. Better nigga, I'm gon' show all my feelings overboard. I'm gon' pop my shit, and I got rich and now they on me. Triple tank, some nigga with that bag and who they want. Fell back from that shit, they give them please, and now they on me. They can play my song as if they end up all alone, yeah. Part of the shit, TNT. And it leads out. Done with the I don't need nobody. I might just post her with a full clip right in front of projects. I seen a murder before it happened, I'm a murder project. I'm sitting chilling, smoking, making a killing, trying to make sure that they listen, but I don't think that they hearing, eyes tearing. I'm not God-fearing, I just hope the God's steering. Devil interfering, but this glizzy in the mirrors. They won't kill me, they won't dream me, won't feel me. Sincerely, from a with no pity, no killing without it with me. No Mickey, it ain't no mouse, it's just running with me. They say Bryson tripping, say he changing, he acting different. No, it's really fiction, so I'm changing my chapter with you. Might get in my feelings, reminiscing about past dealings. Meditating, infatuated with peace and real healing. Drug dealing, real killing, we already witnessed it. New deal for a few mil, they ask how I feel. Don't feel real, couple M, she loving how I live. This shit on real. I wish that I could get some time back. Man, I gotta rewind that. Lot of set me back and knock me out the wrong path. Thug and check my world trail. Give your blood bail. We don't even play fair. You come here, you lay. Hard working young, they don't understand I'm tired though. Bro, like what you tired for? You supposed to be alive, bro. Lot of they came to light. I was looking through blindfolds. Living in the lies like we trapped up in a cycle. Trying to be rich like the white folks. My third eye woke. Think I want a white ghost. Matte black or painted purple. Green and blue cheese, Geico. Blue Mike and Nikes. Off-white in the sunlight. Can't forget the Nikes though. Living on a tightrope. I'm balancing survival. Through the concrete grew a bright rose. I'm on the right road. Potholes, we dodge those. And foreign wheels, not tire holes. I'm in a Rari. Got a Mari for the gifts. Why she give me? Let me know. Rari, go. In the car with this chopper in the can with his gold. They like that's the boy from Shadow. Ayy, done with the pills, I threw away the rocks. Done with the I don't need nobody. I might just post her with a full clip right in front of projects. I seen a murder before it happened, I'm a murder project. I'm sitting chilling, smoking, making a killing, trying to make sure that they listen, but I don't think that they hearing, I hearing. I'm not God-fearing, I just hope the God's steering. Devil interfering, but this glizzy in the mirrors.
Hey guys, and
Hey,
we're
y'all.
back. This is
Yes.
ATL's Next 100, and you're listening to NXNow. I'm KrisNoTucker,
And it's your girl, Julissa.
and we are back. The next segment
It's afternoon.
Patchwork.
It's
Oh, it's afternoon tea.
Yeah, it's afternoon too. Though you can't
You
forget
better get
about
me together,
afternoon tea.
Julissa.
Can't forget about afternoon tea. That's like my
Okay.
favorite
Prep us
segment,
for
y'all.
Afternoon tea.
You
honey.
hurt my feelings. All right, y'all.
Sorry.
So let's get into the first question for afternoon tea. So, what is your definition of an unreliable friend? And have you ever had an unreliable friend? And if so, did you cut the friendship or did you try to make it work?
Oh my gosh.
I can start off.
You want to start off?
Yeah. So I have had, my definition of an unreliable friend. I think whenever you need them, they're not there. And I don't mean like just not like, oh, I need to go to the store. And they're like, yeah, sorry, I can't make it. But more so like if you need emotional support and like they're kind of, I want to say kind of numb to it, where they don't understand or they tell you like, just get over it, stuff like that. And they're not actually being an active listener and trying to listen to you and understand you.
Right.
Or it could be physical too. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if every single time
There's an excuse.
there's an excuse and they can't help you out in any way, shape, or form, you need to start questioning. Especially if it makes you uncomfortable and that's something that you actually need as a friend. That you need someone who can be present with you at all times. Then you might want to rethink the friendship.
I think the word you're looking for is blunt. Someone who's blunt towards anything you give them, anything you like, any blunt emotionally.
But blunt can be hard.
Yeah.
And that what I mean by is like, as long as they are there and as long as they're present with you and like, okay, I feel you, I hear you, and try to like talk you through it. Like, because there are moments when you can't articulate how you feel, you know, based on certain situations and stuff. And you need a friend who can actually
help
like
you figure out your thoughts.
Yeah, help you figure out your thoughts and arrange and organize your thoughts. And if they don't want to be there as a friend and it's not meeting your needs that you need from your friend, you should start reconsidering the friendship, or you should actually sit down and talk to them and see if there's improvement, because they might actually not be aware that they're doing that, right? So you might have to talk to them. Like, for instance, me, I've had a couple unreliable friends. And I didn't cut them off, surprisingly. Ultimately, in the end, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But at first, it's not like I quickly gave up on them and was like, yeah, you're not benefiting me, I'm gonna cut you off. Like, no, I actually make strides. I try to make it work until I can't make it work no more. So,
and honestly, you have to remember that some friends are just only here for a season.
That's true.
Some people are only put in your life for only a certain amount of time, and yeah, you just have to learn. Some friends, it's gonna be hard to let go.
That's true.
Because some bonds are really, really strong. Like, you meet another human being in life, and you really do connect with them on multiple levels.
Yeah.
Like, multiple. And it's scary to connect with someone that well.
Yeah, it is.
And give so much of yourself to that person. It's like, I don't know. I kind of look at friendships more seriously than relationships, to be honest. Especially,
yeah, you could.
Especially if the relationship didn't stem from a friendship, then I definitely look at friendships like in a different way.
I can agree with that, because that's your support system.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you ultimately fall back on, and so that friendship has to be strong.
And outside of what, like, sexual things,
yeah,
you really do get every single thing you get from a romantic relationship.
That's okay. That can be very, very true.
It is so true.
But again,
like, I've seen best friends, and you would literally think they were together, like, because they ride for each other so much.
But it depends on what type of friendship you want. I know some people that don't want their friends to be as involved in
but
their
it's just
life.
like, in that situation, you have to figure out what a friend is for you. And
yeah.
Like, what friendship means to you. Because I've met a lot of people, too, that believe you're only supposed to talk to your friends 2 times out of the year, and that's okay. And that's not. In my book, that's not what a friend is. I need to be able to communicate with my friends. I'm not saying we have to talk every day, but every couple of weeks, maybe, or every other, like, month.
Yeah.
Not you going missing for 6 months straight, and I have to come hunt you down.
Yeah, to have a conversation.
Like, just to see how you are. That's not what a friend is.
Now, I know, personally me, I am guilty of that sometimes with some of my friends. But the best part is, though,
in the friendship, then.
Yeah, but the best part is, though, is that when we do connect, we connect like time wasn't lost.
Yeah, and you do have some friendships like that where you guys can go off and live your own separate lives, and then you meet back up, and it feels like time has never left you guys.
Yeah, but for the extreme,
for those, like, friendships, I've
ones,
noticed that you have to have, like, a strong foundation.
Yeah, you do. You have to have spent a
some
lot
time
of
together.
Yeah,
for y'all to be able to just meet back up and just start back off where y'all left off.
Especially if you know your friend's life and like everything going on, and you're like, yeah, they're busy 24/7. I'm not gonna bother them.
No.
But then when it's time to, get back together,
like,
we
for
have
holidays
a great time.
or for birthdays or special occasions, family events.
Have
like,
you ever had an unreliable friend?
I would say yeah, and in some senses, probably I would say more emotional.
Okay.
More, yeah, I would say more emotional than anything throughout these past couple of years. I have met some really amazing people throughout these past couple of years, especially with going to college and getting out of college and everything. It really made me see that there are, like, God-sent people here. Yeah. Like, God really took his time. And then it made me also see that there are devil incarnates, evil spawns, people that just don't know how to be human beings correctly. And it kills them softly inside just to do a nice thing for a person or they had so much trauma and seen so much trauma in their lives that they don't even know how to give a friendship or a relationship of any kind.
Or don't even try.
Right.
To say that.
And it's just like, or they have this distorted view of how you're supposed to give these things because of the trauma they've seen in their lives. And it's just like, to those people, I really need you to find a therapist before somebody puts you in the ground. But
yeah, there's some people that actually I think the scariest friend is the friend who, or a person, not just friend, but the person who they have a history of being kind of cold-hearted in a sense, or doing whatever they want. Like they are used to being so toxic that they don't even see that there is something wrong with them. So it's kind of like if everyone's telling you that something's wrong with you and you're like, oh, nothing's wrong with me. There's something wrong with you.
You look at our culture, and the culture is just excusing it or making it more and more popular or trendy. And then you're like, oh, well, my behavior is warranted. My behavior is fine because
and that doesn't,
everyone's doing it.
I don't think what's going on gives, like, in the world gives you, even in your own world, gives you the right to be so mean to others.
Yes.
Because that's not my fault.
Unless provoked. Now, if they provoke you, yes, take them down up through there. But if they don't provoke you, no, leave there.
You don't know if that person's there to be a blessing to brighten your day. Like, you never know that. You don't want to dim other people's lives.
You don't know why that person or what that person is there for in your life. Like, why they're there, why they entered into your life.
Stop being bitter.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, let's get to the second question. So the second question is, when do you know when you have outgrown someone or a situation?
I think I know I've outgrown someone or a situation when I just can no longer communicate with them.
Okay, I can
in any type of way. Like, we just can't have a basic conversation about what's going on in this world.
Do you ever have a feeling like you're just like, I don't want to talk to you anymore?
I've had that feeling a lot of times. Like, people will say certain things or they'll act certain ways, and I just be like, well, yeah, this is my last time talking to you, or this is my last time hanging out or chilling with you.
Yeah.
Or if they're really immature,
I
can really detest that and be like, we're not going to get off on the right foot, or this is not going to be, or like, I'll be hanging out with friends. I have situations where friends will invite me out and they'll have other friends come over, and I just I don't mesh well with them, or it just doesn't happen. I do, like, sometimes I can come alive and I can be like a great person to, get along with and, congregate with. But at times when I'm in my moods, or if I just don't feel like being bothered, or if I feel like the energy is not there, I'm not going to engage with you. I don't know you. You are a stranger. Stranger danger. No, ma'am.
don't know about...
I'll act like you are Casper.
Oh, my God. But Casper made himself known, child. Casper made sure everybody knew he was in that.
He did. He tried his best, honey. Yes, he did. You are so right. Oh, I gotta stop using that analogy now.
Casper made himself known, child.
He truly did.
Knocked up the house and everything. I'm awake.
Just put Poe on the router and stress.
Yes. Me. Honestly, I don't really know when I outgrow someone. It's not until a conflict arises that I'm like, maybe I'm not. Maybe I should walk away. Like, but I've actually only had the situation when it came to relationships. When it came to friendships, I've never felt like I've outgrown someone. I feel like sometimes that person feels it from me, and then they just
I was about to ask, do you feel like when it comes to friendships, they just naturally decimate, like they naturally just dissolve?
Yes, I actually think when it comes to friendships, they get the cue. Like, they know when, okay, there's something not right here, and then they kind of like, either they'll fall to the masses and we'll both understand that, But if it's a really close friendship and you realize that there's a disconnect, because I've had that before,
Right.
that like you actually try to, at least one or the other will try to fight for the friendship.
Yes.
Because they don't want to lose it.
Yes.
But the
every
person,
time.
exactly. But sometimes we catch it a little too late, and the friend still ends up falling
Moving
off
on.
because at that point they're like, we don't have the same trust anymore.
No.
I've made new friends.
And that's one thing I've had to learn this year, especially, that trust is not only something you need in your relationships, but you need it in your friendships.
Yes.
Like, you really do. You will think you will be friends with someone for years.
Yes.
And you will think you know that person, and then the next thing you know, the person be done some real sideways, out of the neck type behavior. And you're just sitting there so confused, just trying to understand what is going on, and you don't have any knowledge as to what is going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, like, guys, that feeling is so frustrating to me. It makes me so angry. Because it's just like, we could just simply communicate. We can open our mouths. None of us are mind readers.
But I realize that if there's no like trust there emotionally, if we don't have that anymore, you're gonna feel even more nervous to talk to me about how you actually feel. So then you'll start calling the shots.
But that's just a part of the perceived notions you've came up with in your head.
Exactly.
It's just like, why do you listen to those thoughts when you haven't even talked to the person yet?
Yeah.
It's human interaction. It's a lot, okay?
Yes. There's a lot of layers to it. I'm like,
Yes.
there's moments when I'm that friend where I'm like, I'm the opposite of what I want out of my friends. There are moments of that where I'm like, I don't know how to communicate like certain things to my friends because I overthink things sometimes. And then I think, okay, if I tell this person this, how are they going to react? Because I don't want my friend to see me in a different way because I am authentically being myself, but I don't want my friend to think that I've changed.
Right.
And so you get really, there are certain situations where you get really like stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's like, if I tell my friend this, what is the worst thing that could happen? Like, other than ending the friendship, like being cursed out or them being mad at me.
I feel like losing friendships sometimes hurt harder
than relationships. Yes, they do.
Like,
because those sometimes friends is like years in the making. Like I have friends since like kindergarten or something like that.
You feel like you have so much investment in them and just learning about who they are as a person.
Especially if we've cried together.
Yeah, like we've experienced life
together. It's kind of like, it's hard to just be okay with letting that go. Like, you might know that your friend is like drifting off, but you'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna just stick around. And it's just I want to see if they'll come back around.
You're supposed to be my queen and like my slim to my queen. Like,
yes.
What happened? What happened?
We supposed to be Bunny and Clyde.
Or like my Grace to my Frankie. Like, what happened? And it eats me up sometimes.
I would cry about situations like that.
Oh,
like, I'd be
my God.
so upset. I'd be like, what happened to my friendship? Like,
and I just be like, why the person just can't call me? Like, why can't they just text me? Why can't they be my friend?
Like, I'm learning this year to be a lot more conscious about who I call my friends, but also with the friends that I have, what if we best serve each other's interests.
Right.
And if they're actually satisfying something in my life other than just having a title. Like, interesting enough for me, I don't, I know people sound crazy when they say this, but it's real. I don't really succumb to titles sometimes. Like,
I mean, it's
because like if you have a title, then there's like preconceived notions or there's already concepts there of what that label is. For example, like boyfriend.
I'm about to say titles to me are I want to say if I'm using this
people think it legitimizes the friendship.
But I feel like it's like an oxymoron a little bit because sometimes titles are needed for understanding. It's just
that's
flat
true.
out, that's just what it is, especially in this world. Things have names for reasons. Like, they you just have the titles for reasons. They mean
That's
things.
true.
And then like the other side is just like some cases you don't necessarily need a title. Like you don't necessarily need to know what that thing is in that moment, especially if you're enjoying it, especially if it's making you happy. You don't need to put a title on it. You're just supposed to live in that moment and take all of everything in.
So some people care about titles a lot. Like I realized that for example, in my experience, a lot of men, the title is important. Because they don't have the title.
Because they can tend to be sometimes possessive, and that's a part of it. Yes,
but also I've realized that, okay, let me talk about this.
Break it down for us, please.
Okay,
please.
So when the last person I was talking to, I didn't put a title on that. Only because, one, like I said, I don't really succumb to titles because I don't like the preconceived notions that comes with the title.
Right.
For example, when people think about married life and what a wife does, right? And all the things that come with being a wife, that doesn't necessarily mean I have to follow that.
But that just goes back to what society has placed from like 1950s and 60s with the nuclear families.
Exactly.
Everybody's like, I don't know why, but I feel like they need to get over that old stereotype. Especially when it comes to marriage, because in this day and age, in 2020, marriage looks different in so many ways, to so many different people, in so many different cultures. In some cultures, people don't even get to choose who they marry.
But you know what I mean by that, though? Like that added pressure that you feel that comes with the title. And it's the reason why I try not to give that person the title, because I don't want them to feel the pressures that come with it.
Right.
But then for them, it's like, if I don't have the title, then that means this isn't really a thing, which means
because when
it's
you
not
put
legitimate.
A title to something, when you put a title to something, a part of that is making it legitimate. A part of that is making it real.
But for me, I was like, does it need to have a name on it for it to be legitimate, for it to be real?
I feel like at that point it really just like falls on the couple itself, like the two people dealing in that relationship.
That's true. Like he was dumb, y'all.
Yeah.
Because if
a lot of people can be, emotionally immature.
I can agree with that. And not emotionally in tune with themselves.
Or
sometimes are oblivious.
Okay.
Oh my God, if you are emotionally oblivious,
you
don't know what's going on, child.
Oh my God.
Someone needs to knock on your door.
Please wake you up. Where is your alarm clock? Someone, don't hit the snooze. Wake them up.
All right, y'all. So that was our afternoon tea segment.
Yes. Just questions to make you think, honey.
Yes, they really do. I enjoy the segment.
Yourself, your friends, your mental, all
right, Chris, get us on to that next segment.
Our next segment is patchwork.
The fashion segment.
Okay, because you girls, we always like to keep you informed.
Yes.
So, Instagram influencer, YouTube creator, and businesswoman B. Simone has a clothing collaboration with Foot Action. It will launch November 17th.
You heard of B. Simone?
Yes, I've heard of B. Simone, child.
I love B. Simone.
Isn't she an Atlanta native? She's a Georgia native, isn't she? I don't know.
I know she moved. No, she's not, because she moved to Atlanta.
Okay, all right. But okay. I'm really excited to see this.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the collab yet. I haven't seen.
It looks.
This is my first time
so
hearing
good.
of it.
They have it has it's a hoodie and it says baby girl on the back, but it's white or it's rainbow color. And then on the side it says baby girl too. I love it.
So it's giving very much so baby fat vibe.
Yes. There you go.
Oh, that is so adorable.
Yes, it's so freaking cute.
I like it.
I love it. And I think this just adds on to her makeup line.
Yeah, and kudos to Foot Action for being ahead of the times with hiring influencers and collabing with influencers.
Now, I feel like now, social media is a legitimate career.
It is a market. Yeah,
it is a legitimate career path. Before, people wouldn't even take it seriously, but now it's you can base your entire career off of Instagram if you wanted to.
YouTube, Twitch, so many. All of these streaming platforms, all of the social media platforms, you can gain a check if you want to.
Yes, that's why I'm like, I like this entrepreneurial spirit that we have
do too
going on.
with the new generation.
Yes, I'm excited for what everybody got going on.
I think because it's just basically telling older generations and our parents' generations that you don't have to do it the cookie cutter way just to make a living in America.
Oh, she became a millionaire, y'all.
She did. She really
and
did.
she had a goal in mind, and she did it right before her birthday. The night before her birthday, I actually think she did it the night before her birthday. And, you know, I'm proud of her.
Shout out to you, sis. Shout out to B. Simone. Continue to
Yes.
do it.
Cop
Continue to
that collaboration.
Please continue to stay out of these streets and be unproblematic, please, sis.
When has she ever been problematic though? Because the only time people really was yelling
they
at
got
her
on her when she came out. She
about the
her book.
Okay, yeah, her book, and then she's been fixing that, y'all. She's been fixing that. But then the second time was when she made this, like, you know how she does her little comedic things, and she was talking about the whole 9 to 5 thing.
Yes.
But the thing is, what was the big uproar about that? Because it's true. What type of person wants to be a millionaire and rock with someone who's a 9 to 5er? They don't have to.
I mean,
you can
look at certain celebrities and see that most of their spouses aren't millionaires. They're they're actual 9 to 5ers.
See, but the thing, actually, no, a lot of them are like entrepreneurs or something. So,
but they're still at the core of it. They're still 9 to 5ers.
But she was talking about people that work at, like, if you like work at McDonald's or something like that, and I'm a freaking millionaire. The struggles are different. The experiences are different. Like, I should not have to be with someone 9 to 5, especially if. For example, like, my man, like,
but
if I'm over here getting you Chanel bags and Gucci bags, and you can't even, and you saved up, you basically had to save up all your savings to get me a perfume.
And that should be enough, though. That should be enough.
It's nice, but the struggle is different. And it's true. How many women actually, like, they dream of being a millionaire and then being with someone who's not on the same level, if not above them?
I
think men too.
That calls for ambition too, or like my good sis on Beyonce's album, like to say, ambition. You got to have ambition.
See, but at the same time, Beyonce's with Jay-Z, and Jay-Z is not a 9 to 5er, and neither was Beyonce.
I think as long as you have that ambition,
Alicia Keys, Swiss Beats.
I feel like that 9 to 5 can be a foundation for you to get to your spouse's level.
Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade.
As long as you see that your spouse is working, your spouse is trying to get to where you are, I don't think it should hinder you or hinder the relationship.
I can't be with someone who is not on my level, y'all.
Could you be with them if you see them like going towards their level, like they're headed that way?
If I see it, I think I'll be more lenient. But if you're in your garage or in your mama house and you telling me that you gonna be a big rapper someday, and that's been your high school dream and you're 27 years old, I'm not doing it.
You won't help him push his mixtape out of his trunk in the grocery store parking lot. You won't help him do that.
No. You are 27 years old. You need to start thinking about another career. Go to school. Get into student loan debt to get a job to pay for it.
But yes, guys, whenever you get a chance, please go to Foot Action and check out B. Simone's new collab.
Yes.
And if you actually enjoy the line, purchase some things,
Oh, y'all might see me with it. Get your daughter some
things. Get your niece some things. Get your aunt some things.
Yes, y'all. All right, y'all. Now it's time for us to get into our next segment, which is Words of Affirmation.
Yeah.
But we will do that after this break. It's your girl, Julissa.
And this is KrisNoTucker.
And you're tuned into NXNow on ATL's Next 100.
Quería pensar, me pidió un tiempo. De repente nuestro mejor momento, como sin nada, sin argumento. Se escucha esto, tú sabes que no miento. Ese tiempo tuvo fecha de vencimiento. Ahora mira donde yo me encuentro. Y tú me quieres hablar como si nada, como si no pasara nada. Ojalá que te vaya bien, te vaya bonito, porque lo nuestro me duele poquito. Me quieres hablar como si nada, como si no pasara nada. Ojalá que te vaya bien, te vaya bonito, porque lo nuestro me duele poquito. Tú sigues pensando en mí, te lo perdiste. Hablaba en serio cuando te advertí. Tranquilo, te amo si te necesito. Mami, por ahora mejor de lejito. Así me libero, ando más ligero, porque soltero la paso más bueno. A mí no me gusta que me pongan condiciones a la hora que me toque tomar mis decisiones. Loca, loca, mami, tú estás loca, loca. No vuelvo a enamorarme porque pienso que me va a ir mal. Si tú piensas lo mismo, entonces baila. Mami, tú estás loca, loca. Mami, tú estás loca, loca. Si tú estás pensando que voy a caer de nuevo, yo estoy analizándote y no me atrevo. Me quiero hablar como si nada, como si no pasara nada. Ojalá que te vaya bien, te vaya bonito, porque lo nuestro me duele poquito. Me quiero hablar como si nada, como si no pasara nada. Ojalá que te vaya bien, te vaya bonito, porque lo nuestro me duele poquito. Hacho Alejandro, mami. Yeah. Hacho Alejandro, bebé. Di Vega. Dímelo, Uzi. Yo. Medellín, parcero. Dominican mommy, leave me no Bobby. I got the whip and I'm ready to shine. You need a hobby, waiting on me in the lobby. They copy, kicking that karate. Only the rich, no roddy. I saw your ex and she's sloppy. Ooh, Gucci all on my body. He said me, baby, I'm sorry. Don't do sorry. Only in love with my money. You shape like a Barbie. I get this money like Bobby. Dominican mommy, diamonds they twerking like Cardi. He been my game like a Atari. He want my nuts like Safari. I can get beef like a Baji. I got a pound of Biscotti. I can see that they jealous. Won't walk in my jealous. Baby, yes, with my tennis. I broke his heart, it's my fetish. Shawty a bird, feathers. Hey, when she see us together. This is the third, 30. I buy your four and you rent it. I don't do nothing for credit. I don't do nothing for clout. They tryna see what I'm about. Shut up, I sit on your mouth. I'm a queen, so just give me some crowns. Give me the Barbie, ooh. Dominican mommy. Give me the Bobby, I got the whip and I'm ready to shawty. You need a hobby, waiting on me in the lobby. They copy, kicking that karate. Only the rich, no roddy. I saw your ex and she's sloppy. Oh, Gucci all on my body. He said me, baby, I'm sorry. Don't do sorry. Only in love with my money, shaped like a Barbie. I get this money like Bobby. Dominican mommy, diamonds they talk.
Hey, they gon' be Fabi. I took a perk and I start feeling naughty. She on my body. As soon as I walk in the party, I gotta go get her. Oh, this liquor, I got no liver. I got dope. She fell in love with a dope dealer. I ain't never been a broke. She wanna ride like a four-wheeler. Go figure. She got a man, but I'm so realer. She gotta go. She wanna argue with me over posts. That don't even mean that she get too close.
Dominican mommy, give me the Bobby. I cop the whip and I'm ready to shot. You need a hobby, waiting on me in the lobby. They copy, kicking that karate. Only the rich, no roddy. I saw your ex and she's sloppy. Oh, Gucci all on my body. He tells me, baby, I'm sorry. Don't do sorry.
money. You should shape like a Barbie. I get this money like boss. Dominican mommy. That means they twerking like Cardi.
Tienen ni morales, son de los que nunca pertenecen casi a nadie. En la calle y en la noche animales. Y no es mi culpa, él ve que él me hace daño y lo disfruta. El sinvergüenza se aparece con la... Y yo soy loca, so también me hago la bruta. Vamos a jugar, vamos a jugar. Si quieres pleito te lo doy, you wanna treat me like a toy. Si yo te lo hago, you be crying like a boy. Y no estamos juntos, so I don't know anymore. To the core. Es que él me pone loca cuando me jala y me besa en la boca. Y en la calle él me mira y me provoca. Y él así como si nada, Es que él me pone loca cuando me jala y me besa en la boca. Y en la calle él me mira y me provoca. Y se queda como nada. Me dice ya no estamos juntos, eso no es el punto. La falta de respeto te la aguanto en otro mundo. Yo te doy el y tu dolor de cabeza. Yo me busco otro alta, ya no cojo esa. A vos tú sí, yo no. Si yo lo hago te va a ir o no. Ya estamos viejos, cometimos un error. La situación se pone peor. Hoy, somos humanos, sentimos. El corazón tuyo está conmigo. No podemos ser amigos. Tú estás loco. Es que él me pone loca cuando me jala y me besa en la boca. Y en la calle él me mira y me provoca. Y él así como si nada. Es que él me pone loca cuando me jala y me besa en la boca. Y en la calle él me mira y me provoca. Y se queda como nada. Y tú, mi amiga, dije, Meli, pero déjalo que eso no va para ningún lado. Ya eso te que usted no sabe nada. Sabe tanto que sabe mierda. Mira, eso es vaina, es asunto de él y yo. ¿Tú me entiendes? Me quité.
Yo, what's good, Atlanta? It's your man, Keyshawn Adon, here with my friend, KrisNoTucker. Chris, what's up?
What's up, Keyshawn? I'm here to talk about our brand new show we got coming called NXNow. It'll be on the weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m.
Oh, dope. That ain't during the time of my show.
No, it's not. We don't want to take your little followers.
Ooh, not my little followers. Look, where can they find it at?
They can find it on ATL's Next 100.
Y'all heard it here first. Tune in weekdays from 12 to 2 to NXNow on ATL's Next 100. Our community, our station.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
welcome
y'all,
back.
and we are back.
As always, you're listening to us on ATL's Next 100. This is the show NXNow, and I'm KrisNoTucker.
And it's your girl, Julissa.
And we're going to get into the next segment, which is
Government Now.
It's the segment that talks to you about all things politics in the world, and specifically in this country.
And it's been going a little crazy, y'all.
Yeah. First up, we have Georgia is going to recount ballots by hand and must complete the recount by November 20th. The Georgia Secretary of State is doing this in response to claims of voter fraud since Biden is in the lead by 14,000 votes.
Plus, he's been getting pressure from all his Republican comrades.
Yeah. Like, this doesn't really surprise me. Especially, I feel like this is just going along with the antics of Trump and the lawsuits he's filed in several swing states. So,
and do you know he's actually able to, even after they recount, even if it still favors Biden, Trump is actually able to ask him to recount again. If you guys don't know, all the votes for all the states have to be in by December 8th.
Even though they already called the race.
Well, to be fair, Biden isn't president anyways until until January.
Yeah.
So it's not like it changes much.
And then the Electoral College will make their final vote December 13th. Yeah, December 13th. That sounds right. But again, even though Biden has been, we can only say he's been projected as presidential elect. Everybody is like, no, he's president. But because not all the votes have been counted, and I think we're still waiting on North Carolina. We already have Alaska. Alaska was given for Trump. But now that we're doing this recount in Georgia, I wonder if in Wisconsin, Trump is going to try to get a recount there too.
He will.
And so this is going to prolong the process of figuring out who the actual winner is of the race.
I feel like it's just going to show what we've been seeing. Trump has been calling for these recounts. The recounts get done, and it shows that Biden's clearly winning more than he is.
I actually think the recount will show that Biden has won more votes.
Yeah.
Or if not, equal the same exact amount of votes.
There already has been a lot of information based from votes from, example, Clayton County and Fulton County as well in Georgia, that they were going through the votes that had already been counted. And there was, I think in one case, there was in Fulton County, I believe, there was an error that was found that took Biden's lead, and when corrected, it took Biden's lead from 4,000 votes to 7,000.
Right. So I really just don't see this going well for the Trump administration as a whole.
I wanted to read out a transcript from the court in Pennsylvania from, I believe, yesterday, where the court was asking, the court says, are you claiming that there are any fraud in connection with these 592 disputed ballots, which the Trump lawyer there responded, to my knowledge, President, no. And then the court responded again to ask, are you claiming that it is any undue or improper influence upon the elector with respect to these 592 ballots? And again, to my knowledge at present, no. So because these lawyers are in there, they can't just lie to the judge.
Yeah.
They have to be saying the truth, otherwise they lose their license. So there's a lot of judges or lawyers that are being hired by the Trump team right now who are in a very dangerous and precarious position where they're trying to defend him, but there's a lot of not true information that they have to go on and that they have to try to present. Like there is fraud here. Are you saying that they're saying? Are you saying that there's fraud? That the court is asking the lawyer, and the lawyer has to answer in a way that's not saying there is fraud, but they have to say, I want it recounted anyways.
Yeah, and then also the thing is two things. One, I think Trump is trying to prolong the process so that he could try, or at least attempt, to get the Supreme Court to make the decision about who will be the next president of the United States.
Oh yeah, he absolutely is, because he knows that he's already stacked that thing.
See, but to be honest, he thinks that he has a leg up in this, and in my opinion, he doesn't, because even he has Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court, and even Brett Kavanaugh disapproved of the stay of counting Pennsylvania ballots. So again, like I said this before on the show, that the judges as a Supreme Court judge is very different from them outside of that.
Yeah.
And so they understand the amount of power that they have, so they try to be very unbiased when it comes to their opinions. So I don't believe, even if the Supreme Court was pulled into this, that they would have Trump as winner, because Trump is saying that there is a significant amount of voter fraud, right?
Right.
And let's say in the hypothetical, maybe there is voter fraud, right? I don't think with a significant amount, I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think the margin for voter fraud.
And even if there was, I don't think there's going to be like enough to say, oh, Trump was supposed to win this election.
Even with that, they've had allegations tagged on to things like that about dead people having ballots and dead people voting.
Oh my God. He even said, people that didn't request for mail-in ballots still got a ballot.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I still got a ballot. I didn't turn it in. That doesn't mean I filled it out.
As citizens,
everybody received that.
Of the United States, American citizens get ballots. Yeah. That is correct, Mr. President. That's how it works.
You'll always get a ballot. It's just up to you whether or not you turn in that ballot or you don't, and you just decide to go and do early voting, or you just go to the polls on election day. Like, that's not voter fraud.
I think it's just kind of funny how he's absolutely shocked that after 4 years of instigating fights and goading on every single, goading on minorities and stuff, like trying to dog whistling at every single tweet, he's shocked, absolutely shocked that they wanted to vote him out. That they turned up en masse to vote him out.
Exactly. There was a lot of people that didn't vote last election that voted, if not more people, voted this election. Like,
by far, there's tons more people voting this election than last
I think this is the first time ever that this many Americans have gone out to actually vote.
If it gives you an idea of how many people are voting, Trump this year has more votes than he did last time.
Yeah, he did. But also the Democratic Party has gotten way more votes than when Clinton was running, which explains a lot because a lot of people don't like Clinton, to be honest. So I
don't like. A lot of people didn't like the idea of like a dynasty.
So it just made sense that Trump won 2016, but it doesn't make sense now.
That kind of I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't understand what the Democratic National Convention is doing. I don't understand their ideas. They put up somebody before that, everybody was like kind of like didn't like the idea of a dynasty, so they put up a dynasty, and then this year people didn't like the idea of Trump, so this year they decided, we're going to change things up. We're going to go for a moderate again, because they've gone for a moderate every single year. And despite the fact that like stuff like Medicare for all and stuff like that, those are fairly left-leaning ideas. And despite the fact that every single minor election, county level stuff, every single time a left-leaning minor county politician has put forward that they supported Medicare for all, they've actually, I'll rephrase it. Every time a left-leaning politician at a minor county level has put forward that they don't support Medicare for all, they've lost. Every single time.
But I'd say instead of let's use the politically correct terms when we talk about Democrats and Republicans. So the correct term is liberal and conservative.
Right.
Left and right has not been used until Trump came into office.
Yeah.
The proper terms is if you're more liberal or more conservative views. So I want to use that, but also progressive Democrats and the Democratic Party, of course, has two different sides. We have progressives, and then we have the old Democratic Party, and they clash. They don't agree on everything. Progressives are young. A lot of progressives are more younger millennial voters who believe in Medicare for all, who believe in universal health care, things like that, compared to old Democratic Party, where they are a lot more conservative in their views, and that they don't necessarily agree with everything progressives want to do. Biden is one of those people where he leans more towards old Democratic Party. And that's why a lot of young progressives were like, he was not my first choice.
Yeah.
Didn't he run as a Republican candidate at one point?
I'm not sure, but I believe he's always been Democrat, to be honest. But old Democrats are known to be more conservative than progressive. Progressives are completely different. It's the same thing with the Republican Party. There are a younger population of Republicans who do not believe in everything that the grand old party stands for. So there's even division within parties. So understanding that, but
either way.
All right, let's go on to the next segment, y'all.
Either way,
I mean, not next segment, next topic.
The next topic.
Jesus.
A new national memorial opened yesterday in Washington, D.C. It is the National Native American Veteran Memorial.
I'm so happy about, y'all, crazy enough, they didn't promote this. They didn't promote this memorial. Yeah, they didn't promote this memorial as much as they promoted the African American memorial. But again, we had 2 different presidents in office, and I think this just occurred during, all these things going on with elections that it kind of got shooed out a little bit. And that's depressing because, the history of, when it comes to Native Americans, the history of just pulling them to the side.
Right.
And this is very big.
It really is.
It's like they're getting recognized in Washington. Like, and it's sad because, other people got recognized before they did. But that's what often happens, unfortunately. But I love this memorial. I saw the design for this memorial.
It's beautiful.
I didn't even know they were building this memorial. I knew when they were building the African American one.
Yeah. Or the memorial for MLK.
Yes, I remember that. But no, I don't remember that. Don't quote me on that. But the fact that I had no idea that they were even building this until today is crazy. But I'm going to be excited, y'all, because now I have another tourist attraction to go to when I go to Washington. I've already seen the other monuments. So, no, except for African American Museum. So I
haven't been to that one yet either. I want to go.
A lot of people said that it's good, but you got to plan your tickets ahead, like I think a whole year in advance because the tickets sell out so quickly. I was going to go this year, but unfortunately because of COVID-19, I can't go.
A certain small microbial organism.
I just couldn't go, but this one is beautiful.
Long overdue.
And at nighttime, like they have a flame, and it like illuminates the memorial.
So is it already ready to debut, or
yes, it opened yesterday, Veterans Day.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I am extremely happy. Native Americans, this is a very great thing. It really is. And I hope, even though they can't go to the memorial right now, I hope that they can do a proper opening for the memorial.
Right.
And a ceremony or of some sort according to their tradition in order to celebrate this moment. So I'm excited about this, y'all.
And we need to celebrate them more. We need to celebrate the indigenous people of this land more.
Yes, we do.
But up next, we have the U.S. Department of Labor has enacted new labor laws that will affect farm workers working on H-2A visa, which is a temporary labor certification. Yes. Normally, the government carries out a survey of farm employers to see what they are paying similar U.S. workers and then calculates an hourly wage for H-2A workers. This makes sure that no farm worker is underpaid.
Yeah.
However, the current administration announced a new regulation that freezes the wages for H-2A workers at this year's level for the next 2 years. Starting in 2023, according to the new rule, wages for H-2A workers will be tied to a national index of worker pay that's generally been rising more slowly than farm worker wages. Right now, the average pay for a farmer is $11.21. However, it depends on the state. Some states pay $14 an hour, and others pay $12 an hour.
So basically, to clarify on that, they pay farmers right now at about I don't know what they actually pay farmers right now, but it said there, it's like $11, was it? Like
$11.21
something like that. So they're going to freeze it at the level and adjust it slightly according to national worker wages and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to start raising it again in 2023 or so, but slower because it was rising pretty high and according to
they said it was due to inflation and things like that.
Compare $11.21 to the minimum wage right now of $7.25.
I mean, yeah, but also when you think about it,
it's not livable when you think about America.
Yeah,
but also farm workers deserve to have more.
Yeah, definitely.
Because their job is a very tedious job.
Yeah.
And so having them have that type of stay where we have the same problem now where asking for more money now for minimum wage is kind of tricky.
Yeah.
$11 is like, it's okay. But then when you have that stay right there.
I would say $11 for a minimum wage, although I would prefer it to be more. I think $11 for a minimum wage, like for inner city workers and stuff, that might make sense.
But for a farm worker where they have to work year long?
And yeah, I definitely agree. I 100% agree with you that farm worker wages should be higher. But the point that's being made right now with this concept, with the H-2A visa kind of law here, is the fact that farm worker wages used to be very close to minimum wage just a couple of years ago.
That's true.
So the reason that they're doing this is because it rose so much higher than minimum wage. And so their idea is, instead of fixing minimum wage, let's fix the farmer's wage, you know, the one that's compared to international and not national. Because international wages were like, hey, we need to pay people more. And America said, instead of doing that, I like your idea, but instead of doing that, we're going to pay them less. So, and I mean, have you seen the charts of income versus proportional, like, productivity?
No, but I can, if you send me the link for it, then
I'll definitely I'll show you.
Look at it.
Very, very quick. I'll show you as soon as we go on a commercial break. But it is like a couple of years ago, back in like 1950s, 60s, it was pretty even. It was staying very close, you know, and then eventually it just stopped, and the pay has just been basically level according to, like, adjusting for inflation, has just been straight level, whereas production has just gone through the roof. Right.
But again, they're only talking this is not just for every farmer. This is only for farmers that are on an H-2A visa.
Do you have any idea how many that is?
I know the rate is starting to rise of the amount of H-2A visa workers. However, what about the other farmers? The other farmers still have that increase. H-2As don't.
I would honestly be willing to say that I have no info on this whatsoever. I completely baseless what I'm about to say, but I'd be willing to say that people who are on the H-2A visa are being paid less than people who are not. I'd be willing to say that people who are not on those visas are probably earning more money than those who are, just purely based on, like, because they're not on the visa, because they're not constantly having to go back and forth or send money through mail, stuff like that, you know, might make them as valued less to the employer, despite the fact that they're still working, still doing the same productivity.
And I think that's what the uproar is.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because it's like they should get paid more. They should be getting just as much as a farmer who is not on that visa, because they work just as many hours, work just as much as the average farmer. And they work on the same. Sometimes you see these people working on the same exact farm.
Exactly, and I think it's kind of funny. Just the kind of funny to me is that they're treating those farmers now with the same wage adjustments that they've been treating inner city workers for decades. And instead of just adjusting that sort of thing, they've now moved it into farmer workers, and people who are not as aware to the situation see suddenly the farmers' wages are going down. They're like, oh my God, what's happening? It's just adjusting with everybody else's wages. What? You know? Yeah. It's like...
But that's what the calculation was for. The calculation was to make sure that everybody basically got fair pay.
Well, I mean, it was so that people didn't pay these H-2A visa workers literally below
less than the average. But now that they've totally removed that.
Do you want to can you take a guess why they're wanting to pay workers less, farmers less?
America.
America. I know, but if you work just as much and just as hard, just because the fact that you're on a visa does not mean you should be getting paid less. You know, you're still feeding America.
But I'm about to say, but we are in America.
That's just one of those many different issues that should not exclude you from being paid as much as other people who work the same exact amount as you.
Right.
Yeah.
But still does.
We just want equal pay for everyone. Everyone overall.
No, but that's communist.
Next topic. Trump's stunning abdication of leadership comes as pandemic worsens. President Donald Trump has predicted in almost every campaign rally that the media would stop talking about the coronavirus pandemic the day after the election. But as it turns out, no one is ignoring the worsening tragedy more than the president himself. Instead of taking charge as the country plunges deeper into the worst domestic crisis since World War II, Trump has disappeared inside the White House, saying nothing on camera since he baselessly claimed a week ago that the election was being stolen from him by President-elect Joe Biden. I really expected this behavior from him. I really did.
I think he's just, at this point, he's just letting the lawyers handle the situation.
He's not.
He's not.
He's not. You look on his Twitter even a little bit.
But Twitter's different from actually just going
addressing
it in the public.
I feel like that's
the State of the Union speech.
That's right. Here's the thing. That's what I completely disagree with. 100%. Not only do I from basic kind of thinking about it, it should not, because it is the exact same thing. It is his thoughts, Right. And if he can't control what he says on Twitter, then there's no reason to expect he couldn't be able to control what he says out loud. And we saw this in his one.
He's just a sore loser.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: we saw his treatment. Because he's allowed to say whatever he wants on Twitter. He's allowed to get away with it, even if Twitter, if it violates Twitter's. Remember the
policy.
Twitter has a policy where because he's president, they can't really censor what he says. They can only put warnings.
Well, here's the thing. Remember a while back during those the riots and stuff when he said the phrase "when the looting starts, the shooting starts."
Yes, oh my God.
And that was an actual violation of Twitter policy. And they docked him, but instead of actually suspending his account like it would for anyone else, it said that for public interest, it was going to just put a little notification on there. So Trump said, "Oh, I can say what I want," and now he's just been saying absolutely anything he wants.
Because the thing is, Twitter actually has a policy.
Yeah.
That they cannot completely knock him off like they would do everybody else. But as soon as but if he does not become presidential elect, and as soon as Biden's in the White House, so to say, if you want to put the hypothetical, then they will be able to censor his comments. And he will not be able to do what he's been doing for the past 4 years.
But I wanted to kind of point out that you said that it was a difference between what he tweets and what he says. Okay. We saw that because he's been allowed to say really whatever he wants on Twitter so far lately, that he stopped just keeping it on Twitter. And do you remember the presidential address when he started talking about putting bleach in people's veins and putting IR light underneath people's skins?
Oh, yeah.
When he just started talking whatever he wanted to say? I mean, yeah, that is kind of an example of how it feeds into real life, and I don't think he's stepped back from that at all.
All right, y'all. We are gonna get to our last segment when we come back, y'all. This was our government segments. Jesus.
Everything politics, guys. That's what this segment's about.
Yes, it is. All right, you guys are tuned into Next Now on ATL's Next 100. It's your girl Julissa,
and I'm KrisNoTucker,
and we'll be right back.
I don't need friends. They don't wanna see someone like me doing better than them. Still can't believe it, I really got rich. Tell a bitch or a hater to suck on my I get focused on hate I receive. I could achieve more than they could dream. I know they ain't tough enough to be me. Making money like magic, got tricks on my sleeve. Too many vibes, I brought sand to the beach. Test drive them all, but I don't wanna keep. Pop me an X cause I gotta get geek. Talking about sleep, I get 2 days a week. They say they dripping, I'm kissing my teeth. They burning it out, ain't no chrome left for me. When I was broke, I was feeling uneasy. Now I get paid and I'm feeling relieved. Call up a thotty, I hit when I please. Whatever it take, might just pay it or leave. My Latino, my chopper is Russian. Weezy on beats, that's expensive percussion. Can't get no axe, so we sipping on red. Can't talk to my bro cause he's still in the feds. Can't get these demons up out of my head. Can't slide on the off cause they already did. What I can do, I can go get some money. Whole pool heated up and it costs 100,000 cause I left this running. I could turn nothing to something. Book me a show and I fly out the country. I eat a Nobu and I get the munchies. Driving in bucket seats, had to serve buckets. I put the top down and all of the. They don't wanna see someone like me doing better than them. Still can't believe it, I really got rich. Tell a they're a hater to suck on my. Get focused on hate I receive. I could achieve more than they could dream. I know they ain't tough enough to be me. Making money like magic, got tricks on my sleeve. Too many vibes, I brought sand to the beach. Test drive them all, but I don't wanna keep. Pop me an X cause I gotta get geek. Talking about sleep, I get 2 days a week. They say they dripping, I'm kissing my teeth. They burning it out, ain't no chrome left for me. When I was broke, I was feeling uneasy. Now I get paid and I'm feeling relieved.
I gave a round of applause to myself. I put the baddest little on the shelf. I went 21 wagon and set it on else. I don't got the bread before itself. I got stripes in my hood, run the game on the rip. I keep the fire on under my belt and I run with some real ones who bang to the left. Marching man, baby, I know how to step. I can't speak on the business, it's quiet as kept. Look like a diva, I know how to treat her. I know how to keep her, she fine as hell. I spent $250,000 on a rich millie. I keep quiet, I'm never gonna tell. I put my life savings in a brown box. I was getting that in the mail. I keep a meal cash for the bench lawyer. I ain't worried about going to jail. I just spent 80K on some hurt mask bags, 50K more on Chanel. I got the ball now, I ain't gon' ball hog. I'ma pass it to bro for the layup. I just went Prada t-shirt with the Prada jacket. You can tell I'm a
friends. They don't wanna see someone like me doing better than them. Still can't believe it, I really got rich. Tell a they're a hater to suck on my. Get focused on hate I receive. I could achieve more than they could dream. I know they ain't tough enough to be me. Making money like magic, got tricks on my sleeve. Too many vibes, I brought sand to the beach. Test drive them all, but I don't wanna keep. Pop me an X cause I gotta get geek. Talking about sleep, I get 2 days a week. They say they dripping, I'm kissing my teeth. They burning it out, ain't no chrome left for me. When I was broke, I was feeling uneasy. Now I get paid and I'm feeling relieved.
Hey
all right,
guys,
y'all.
Welcome back.
And we are back, y'all. You are tuned into Next Now on ATL's X100. It's your girl, Julissa.
And this is KrisNoTucker. And we're going to just go in and get into our last segment of the day. Basically, Black excellence, giving kudos to the Black people doing it in this world. Our first up is Archbishop Mitty High School has named the first person of color to lead the prestigious San Jose Catholic School in a groundbreaking move months after dozens of alumni spoke out about culture of racism and discrimination that they said administrators did little to expunge. Next up, we have Colleen Vincent and Clay Williams.
Yes.
The founders of Black Food Folks awarded $5,000 to 10 Black people working in various areas of the food industry.
Yes.
So shout out to Colleen and who was it, Clay, for constantly being great and showing good characteristics in this world. Thank you guys. That is the end of our Black Excellence segment and the end of our show today.
Yes.
Please remember to come back and listen to us every day. We come on the air at 12 and we end at 2. As always, you are listening to us on ATL's Next 100. This is Next Now, and I'm KrisNoTucker.
And it's your girl, Julissa. Y'all have a good day.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.